You were recording and now you're not. Yeah, now you are.
I record. Yeah. So this is the first meeting of this 5-week training, and as you have seen, it's every Saturday. Now is not true. Every Friday, 10 till 12 o'clock. And today we do directly a consent lab. So who of you have done a consent lab already? Who were in one? All of you, great, good. And we will as well then break down the consent lab in the next 4 meetings. And so today is more like a stretch between the beginning of the training and as well that you're getting an overview of the consent lab in itself, so that I might or I might not create some metacognitive moments where I say something, but I would like you to have the experience of the consent lab, that you know later when you break it down how it is structured, so that you can use it. And we will use the consent lab as a structure of facilitation that you can structure in your own way, whatever you are facilitating. And we start talking about that next week. A few words about the groups. So there's a Facebook group. Every one of you is on that Facebook group by now. All right, great. So Igor, you might not, I think, invited. I think I've seen you, you're there. So this is where all the PDFs are about facilitation and how the structure is. And I talk about that more as well next week. And there is the Telegram communication group about just us here. So nobody else is in there, where I would like you to communicate with each other, or with me, or where we're just having a communication exchange. Or if you want to personally communicate with me, please use that as a channel. I'm available there. All right, so see what else I want to go into. That was material. All right, so before we going into anything, each and one of you has part of this training access to the Foundation of Somatic Consent course, where all the background material from somatic consent is, so that you can dig yourself in your own speed, your own time in there. If you would like to know more about the background, anyone has done this course already, the online course? Who has been going through this course? Okay. And who has no access to that course and don't know that it exists and where it is, and you need some information? And okay, so you all know that. That's great. So part of that course and somatic consent, and this is where I would like to start with before we do anything else, is the first and most important exercise, and that's waking up the hands. And I would like to invite you to experience that with all of us together. And I would like to invite you to take just something in your hands, whatever that is. So I have here a little massage cross, and we do that for about, I don't know, 3-4 minutes. And I invite you to lean back somewhere on a chair or on a couch or on a wall. And just make connection with this object. So bring all your attention to the object. What is it made of? Is it cold? You might even want to label it, or what it's made for. And that's all good that your mind is welcome to be involved here. And experiment with eyes open or eyes closed as you like. And I invite you to bring your attention just there to your skin, to your fingertips. And it doesn't matter how fast you go, to slow down your speed by half and by half again. And you might notice that somewhere it feels pleasant. That might be on your palms or between your fingers, your fingertips, on your nail bed or your wrist. And I invite you to just to stay there where it feels good already. Just with the sensations. Notice where your breath is. Notice what you notice. There might be some feelings in your body or some thoughts. And bring it straight back to your sensation there in your skin, in your hands. So nowhere to go, nothing to do, nothing to give, just to feel. And you choose how much you want to feel. Just notice what you notice. And slow down till you stop. Stay there for a moment. Just let it reverberate in your body, whatever you feel there, that all of your feelings and all of you is welcome. And then slowly in your own speed, in your own time, I invite you to bring your attention back to the screen. And if you choose to keep that object in your hand, please feel totally welcome to do so. So let's begin. I will not talk more about this exercise. You find that in the online course. I want to say a little bit more about the Consentlab. So I've developed the somatic consent engagement system in the last 2 years. Been a student of Betty Martin and the Wheel of Consent, and a geek about the nervous system and human engagement, specifically about the polyvagal theory and the social engagement system, how humans connect and how they feel each other. And I've combined that with the dynamic of consent and have developed the Consentlab out of that. And this is what we're going to do and what the training is about. So mainly the Consent Lab is about making choices about what is going to happen and what is not going to happen to you. And we will see that during this lab today. So what I would like to do first is you to introduce yourself with a few words. What's the name that you just want to be called at? I guess you have written that in your Zoom. So your name, what's your intention being here, and how do you feel? And make it kind of really crisp. So try to bring it into kind of 15, 30 seconds, something like that, so that we have more time later. And you can say if you want to start, you raise your hand, and then I will ask you. One thing first about confidentiality, it is about whatever we do here, whatever we share, please don't share anybody else's names or anybody else's experience or what they say outside of our container here, so that we all have the opportunity to be connected and be safe. So safety is relative. I cannot assure that nobody else is doing some recordings in the background, but I would like you to ask to keep that as an agreement of confidentiality, and nobody else's name and what nobody else has said or shared. Okay, anybody is not agreeing to that? Okay, so we have an agreement on that. Thank you. Who would like to start to introduce yourself? Name, your intention, how do you feel? Crisp and sharp, elevator. Who would like to start? Yes, Sonia.
So good morning again. My name is Sonia. My intention is to grow and learn and exchange. And I'm pretty good this morning. I feel very alive.
Thank you and welcome. Erica, were you?
Good morning, I am Erika. I'm from Antwerp, Belgium. My intention is to have a playful life. And I mean that I want to connect with others in honesty and feel excitement during my life. That's really what I would, yeah.
Thank you. Morning and welcome. Who want to go next? Yes, Yvonne.
Hi, my name's Yvonne. I am looking forward to this because I use it as an opportunity to grow, but also as a personal tool for development and with others. And I am feeling a little tired this morning, but excited and curious, and yeah.
All right. Hello and welcome. Yes, Bas.
Oh, I hate Zoom on a phone. Good morning, I'm Bas. I'm from the north of Holland. Very excited to be here. Feel very good. And I'm here to deepen my understanding of the system and myself. And I just want to get to the fucking bottom of myself and my decisions and my feelings and my choices. And yeah, looking forward.
Thank you and welcome, Bas. Yes, Heather.
Hi, I'm Heather. I'm in Tijuana. I'm here because I am a somatic nerd at this point, and just can't get enough. The system has helped me so much, and it really expands my heart to think that it's possible to share this with other people and let them have their own experience with this.
Good Morning to Tijuana, and very welcome appreciation for your dedication and your time commitment again and again. Diane.
I'm Diane. I'm based in Copenhagen, Denmark, or just outside. I'm very much into authentic relating in different ways, and find that consent and especially the agreement, the non-spoken, or is quite interesting and quite a exciting add-on to what I'm doing. So, and I love to help out Matt. So that's me.
Thank you very much for that one, and welcome. Yes, Inge.
Good morning. My name is Inge. I live in Ghent, Belgium, and I'm feeling now nervous. Having a very big heart beating. And why I am interesting, or what is my intention, is to grow and to look deeper into myself, how I teach and don't push people in some corner, and just being aware of it.
All right. Thank you and welcome, Inge. And I've seen Achim's hand already.
Yeah, thank you. I'm Achim. I'm from Frankfurt in Germany. I'm here to grow my skill in facilitation for opening rooms of conscious relating. Today I feel exhausted and still happy to be here.
Thank you and welcome, Achim. Lisa.
I'm Lisa from Newcastle in England. My heart is beating. I feel pulsations in my stomach. One of the reasons I'm here is because I have this not good enough that I need to do another course. That's definitely one of the reasons I'm here. And the other one is to deepen my knowledge, and especially around doing the Consentlab online and learning about that. And I know there's always a deeper level to go. So I'm feeling grateful to be here.
All right. Thank you and welcome. Igor?
Hi, my name is Igor from Slovenia. I'm here because mostly to discover myself more, to go deeper to connection with myself and all that stuff, and maybe to lead people someday with that. So both. Yeah.
Right.
So I'm feeling in one way I feel more energy, but if I go deeper I feel a little bit more excitement, or a little bit like this going on inside. So both.
All right. Morning and welcome, Igor. Your microphone or whatever has still this kind of sound like it's as, I don't know, counting radioactive waves or something. This is how it reminds me to. But just to let you know that there's something on the other side that you probably don't know of.
Okay.
Thank you and welcome.
Thank you.
How about you, Ima? Oh, Nina, okay.
Hi, I'm Nina. I'm in Bali, and I'm here, to learn how to teach, or kind of pass on the teachings of somatic consent in a playful way. I like the Consent Lab for that, and also to learn how to be a better facilitator. And I'm feeling okay. I'm feeling relaxed. Yeah, that's it.
All right, thank you, and welcome from Bali. Yes, Ima.
Hi, I'm Emer, and it's pronounced Emer, not Eimer.
Eimer, okay. Sorry.
Emer, yeah. It's okay. I'm in Belfast in the north of Ireland, and my intention is to learn as much as possible about the dynamics of consent. I had been going to do a training here in Belfast, but it was postponed, and now it's been indefinitely cancelled. So I'm really glad that this is available, even though I'm kind of not comfortable on Zoom. So my other intention is to expand my experience and my confidence and just to learn everything that I can. Thank you.
Thank you. Very welcome. Okay, thank you and welcome every one of you. Everybody has spoken, or anybody has not spoken? I think everybody. Yes, okay, great. So just a few ground rules. So one of them is self-care. Yeah, so please be responsible for yourself during this time we're having here. So that if you need to go to the bathroom, if you need to get a cup of tea, if you need to switch your camera off because you need to scratch an intimate area or whatever you need to do, please feel totally entitled to do self-care in any form you need to. Okay, agreement on that? Great. Nobody has to do anything. Because you are here does not mean that you have to participate in any exercise or anything we do. Being here is participation already. So if you want to just like sit and watch, that's participation. If you don't want to say anything and want to say no to everything that we do, then please feel absolutely entitled to do that. So that you have the choice and that your choice is priority, so that you can be in your power of choice. Yeah, so I'm not telling you anything what to do. Everything is an invitation and is optional, and you choose. And that is the same for the breakout rooms. So I'm happy that Diane is here, and she will do over the next week, and I would ask how and when and where and what in recording, how to use the breakout rooms so that you know from the other side how to use them when you have a group of people together on Zoom. So that will be all part of that. However, if I ask you to go in a breakout room or invite you into a breakout room, there will be a button and you choose if you want to go there. So if you don't want to go to a breakout room, then you just simply don't go to a breakout room. Yeah. So sometimes, so we are a small group now. Sometimes I have bigger groups for 40, 50 people. And it's not always a warranty that people ending up with somebody in a breakout room. I apologize about that beforehand, that somehow you just don't end up with someone in a breakout room. Please come back and see if somebody else is in the main room, and then we can assign you with that person. Or sometimes we just do it there then with the people who are there. Just 1-2 minutes, sometimes 3 minutes of engagement. And in that engagement, we ask you to do exactly what the exercise is that Sonia and I, or when you are doing it with somebody, will demonstrate first. Yeah, so that you know what's going to happen and what's not going to happen. And so that the agreement is, it's going to happen what we demonstrate. If you're not feeling comfortable with the person you're ending up in the room with, then you say thank you and goodbye, and you just come straight back. Yeah. So we have the exercise about 2 minutes or 1 minute sometimes. And then I ask you for a minute or so just to have a short expression and conversation of your experience so that you can debrief that with each other. if we assign you for about 2-3 minutes to a breakout room and you feel that you want to come back before, after a minute or half a minute, or you feel like, nah, no, that's actually not what I want to do, you can come back at any time. So there's no obligation about anything. So that it's totally okay to just say thank you and goodbye and come back. You're not responsible for anybody else's feelings. You are responsible for your own feelings. Is there any question about the breakout rooms? No, okay. Yes, Diane.
That is called do not join. Don't go into it. It's a technical hiccup in Zoom. So just that one. Thank you.
All right, so then and I would like to start with the first exercise. Sonia, are you willing to demo that with me?
Yes, I would love to.
All right. So the question is very simple. Will you kiss me? And you answer with no. And then you ask the same question back to me and I answer with no. Will you kiss me?
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 No. Okay, thank you. So it's very short. We just do that for about just 30 seconds. It's just a very short exercise. And the question is, will you kiss me? And the answer is no. And you do that alternating. Okay? All right. Is there anyone in the room single, Diane, or?
No.
No? Okay. So then it's perfect that you, Sonia, that you kind of, how do you do it? I would say we wait till the end and see if we are an unequal number. Does it make sense? Am I frozen or? It looks like no. My internet connection is
Seem here you were, Ro.
Shall I call people back?
Yes, please. Straight. Yeah. We just go very.
Doesn't seem to work on a phone. Matt, can you hear me?
Oh, yes, I can hear you, yes.
Ah, okay. I got the invitation for the breakout room and I could hear Achim, but I couldn't see him and he couldn't see me or hear me.
Oh, right, okay.
I think that's a phone problem.
Camera off and phone off.
Ah, now you can hear and see me, I hope.
Yeah. Could be that when you're assigned to, for some reason, you get in the room and it turns your microphone and your video off. Could be.
No, I couldn't do anything. I couldn't see Achim also. I got the main menu of Zoom, so to say, with a button to go back to the meeting.
Okay.
The main meeting.
Play a bit with that.
All right, welcome back, everyone. Let's go into a second question, similar and same answer. Sonia, you willing to demo with me?
Yes.
Sonia, may I kiss you?
And I have to answer yes or no?
You say no, and you...
No? Okay, we stay with a no. Okay.
It's the same question, similar question, same answer. Well, may I kiss you?
No. 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 Okay, thank you. So it's a different question and same answer. And let's do it with another person. See if, and alternating for half a minute. Feels so wrong to say no being kissed.
No. Yeah, sometimes like a lie. That's right. My next question would be where you want to kiss and not this no.
Yeah,
huh?
Yeah.
To figure out
Yeah.
what kind of question that is. Yeah.
I'm gonna call people
Yes,
back.
please call them back straight. All right, welcome back. So the hardest part of a consent lab is over. Each and one of you has asked a very vulnerable question, and each and one of you has been rejected a few times. So for whom was it difficult to ask this question, may I kiss you or will you kiss me? Kind of, we know the question, we know the answer. And for whom was it difficult to say no? And for whom was it difficult to hear a no? Okay. Who was thinking that when it was who was thinking when it was about kissing that it was about kissing on the mouse? Yeah, okay, here we go. So this is what the consent lab literally is, that we just really learn to ask specific questions that we now what we're saying yes or no to, so that we can make that choice that what is going to happen is that what we're choosing. Yeah. So the consent lab in itself is divided in two different parts. One part is you are responsible for your limits and your boundaries. And I want to say a few words about that. That limits and boundaries are expressed by the word no or stop. Yeah, so no is a full sentence. No doesn't mean, doesn't need any explanation, and no is an important information for the other person to have. And without a solid no, we can't have a solid yes. Okay. So the other part of the consent lab is being capable of making requests and asking for what you want, so you desire. And we go into that a little bit later, but first I would like to go in one little exercise that is expressing your yes and expressing your no. And the idea is that you say yes when you want, and you say no when you want, and you say how you want to say that. So the importance here is that when you're saying yes or you're saying no, you can make a difference between you following your own impulses of saying yes and saying no, or you engaging with the other person's yes and no. And my invitation is that you stay with your own impulses, how you want to say yes and no, and when you want to say yes and no, that is not dependent on the other person's yes or no. Okay, Sonia, like to do a demo with me?
Yes.
Yes? Yes?
Yes.
Yes? No.
No.
No. No. No. Yes. No.
No.
No, no, no. No.
Yes. Yes.
No.
Mm,
Yes. Yes.
no.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
No.
No.
No. No. No. No.
Yes.
No. Yes.
Yes.
No. Yes.
No.
Okay. Thank you very much. So this time we do that for about a minute or so. And then I would like to ask you for another minute, just have a short debriefing about the difference following your own yes, your own no, and how it feels when you're following the other person's yeses and no, or if you can feel the difference. Yes? Okay, any question about that? No.
No.
So, yes.
Yes.
So what do we ask? What is the question?
No question. You just say yes when you want and no when you want and how you
okay.
want that, like the demo we did. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, great.
And I'm gonna write after a minute that the minute is up and it's time for the debrief. Yeah.
Thank you, Diane. That's appreciate that.
There you go.
All right, let's I need to have a quick look where we are, where we're going next.
I need to pee. I need some exercise that is more than 1 minute.
My heart is beating fast.
That was 1 minute.
And after this breakout room, Diane, we have a few moments of talking and sharing. So please take the time you need.
Yes. Gonna call people back now.
Yes, please.
And I'll leave first.
All right. Okay, welcome back. I see smiling faces. Anything that anybody would like to share first, kind of how how is it going inside? Kind of, this is just, yeah. So, yeah. Okay, great. Anything that anybody want to share? Anything? Please feel free to unmute yourself or raise your hand. What feels right for you, Igor?
Yeah, I'm going kind of deeper or more sensitive about what my body is saying, my body is feeling. So I'm trying not to feel in my head, so I'm just, how does it feel here in my body, in my torso? So it's a good exercise to really practice what do you really, what the body wants. I mean, the energy in the body, or not just the head.
All right.
And also feeling like where are parts of me that don't have clear distinction of yes or no and desires or needs. So also feel that
yeah,
kind of jumping from grown-up part of me or needy part of me.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Anybody else? Yes, Bas.
Yeah, it was so funny to notice, like, when you're happily yesing together, to not lose yourself in that and just, no, but I want to say no just because I want to say no, you know, and that just getting a sort of what's it called, lose my personality in a sort of happy tofu of yesing, if you see what I mean.
Yeah, thank you.
Interesting experience.
Lisa.
Yeah, I noticed this the last time I did it as well, that I really need to feel met in my no before I'm willing to go towards a yes by the other person. Yeah.
Yes. Can other people resonate with that? Yeah. Yeah. Anybody else? Inge.
I was aware of feeling more pleasure when I say yes and no. I was a little bit of like this, a very short moment. And in the first time of exercise, I wasn't aware what I am feeling. I just focus on her yes or no, and then I was like, oh, where am I? And then I can engage. So very interesting.
Yes, Erica.
I felt that I had a woman in the last room, and I feel I can open much easier with. I can be more honest with women than with if there would be a man. I can do that, but it's a difference. It's like it's really sinking to a much deeper layer, really like opening up my completely my yeses and my nos. It's much easier. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you, Erica. Does it ring true for others as well? It's easier with women than for men. It's true for me as well as a man. I have to say it. It's just as it is. So, yeah. Yes, Yvonne.
Go ahead, Erica, if you want to finish.
I mean, do you mean that it's easier to be like this with women or among men? What do you mean?
It's easier for me with women too.
Okay, yes, that's that's my question. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yvonne.
It was surprising to feel so much power from saying no, but at the same time resisting what that would make the other person feel. So being so firm in my no, I was conscious of how I was making them feel, but I also felt this sense of like power and ownership that I didn't want to let go of.
Yeah, thank you. So an important piece is that, as I said, that already no is a full sentence, and that no doesn't need any explanation. And if we don't have a full no, our yes is not very valuable. Question is, if you would ask somebody else for a date and they're saying yes, but they're feeling a no, would you like to enjoy going with them on a date? I don't. So that we need this no to find a full yes. So a very important thing about no is that you can find a full body yes to your no. Yeah, it's just like it's just a no. It's just no, no, no. Yeah, no, 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 no. Do you know what I mean? The full body yes to a no. Yes, and from there you might change your mind, and you can change your mind at any time back to a no when your no is valued. All right, so part of the lab is that you can say no to anything here, or to everything at any time. So sometimes people come to a lab just to say no all the time. And that in itself is valuable. So that because you're here, you doesn't mean you have to do anything. Because you're here, you are participating already. And when you're here and say no, you're making the choice and you're participating in making a choice. And that what the Consentlab is about is you choosing. And if no is your choice, it's totally legitimate. I don't know, I see you kind of a little bit rookie if my internet connection is unstable. Can you see and hear me well? Yeah, okay. I don't know what that is. It looks a little bit rookie here. All right, so feel totally welcome and invited to say no to anything and any request. And whatever you're being asked or whatever is being asked of you, just stay in your no. However, as the Consentlab is moving on, consent is divided in making agreements and asking for permission. So that means that I would like to invite you into how to ask questions about what you want. So that means you don't have to ask anybody about what you want. You can be totally, utterly free with your choice of not asking anybody anything. But if somebody will ask you, you don't have a control over that, but you can say no to anything. All right,
Yes.
Good. So where were we? About now is a full sentence, and that now is great, and you might be asked from somebody else about a request. So making a request is expressing what you want and what your desire is. And that can be anything. Yeah? And I would like to opening up this idea here that you share for a few moments about what you want right now. And you can unmute yourself and just speak it in. It's just like not raising your hands. I want to have my cup of tea. I actually want it warm.
I can hear a bit of background noise, Matt, and I want you to get rid of that.
Is it? Please, let's go to one.
I want my back pain to go away.
I want a good, juicy breakfast. Or
I want a deep tissue massage and afterwards a bonding session.
I want Igor to get the sand out of his sound card.
I want to go to a sauna today.
I want to walk in snow with my feet.
I want to lie in the sunshine.
I want to lie in the sunshine too.
I want to roll down a grassy hill and just feel all the tickling grass everywhere.
I want a long forehand massage.
I want to bathe nude in the sea.
I want to feel 100% fit.
I want my computer sound to stop.
I want to float downstream in a river, a nice river.
I want to be in Bali now.
I want to be at the pyramids in Egypt.
I want my house to be finished.
I want someone to see my
I
house.
want to go dancing in a room full of people.
Ecologically, I want to feel more trust into future.
I want a psytrance party.
I want my bed and my pillow.
I want to make it as easy as I possibly can, that you all can digest it and really having ease in doing it yourself one day.
I want to do this in Dutch one day.
I want you to do that in Dutch one day.
I want to do that in French one day and in Spanish.
I want you to do that in French one day.
I want the world to discover this work so we can all relate in a more deep and profound way.
I want my cat to stop playing piano on me in the middle of the night.
I want this work to be integrated into the schools all over the world so that children are taught at an early age.
I want to wake up happy every morning.
I want Beyonce's bum.
I want to live somewhere I can take a walk.
I want time.
I want someone to come cook me dinner.
I want the world not to forget that we're all loving, caring beings and can connect in a heartful way.
I want to come to Bali and cook Nina dinner.
I want to sit at the table with you guys in Bali.
How does it feel in your body saying what you want? Yeah. It is extremely good to want. And it's extremely healthy to want. And what you want is an inside job. So my computer's still doing some funky stuff here. I hope it just looks good on your end, and let's keep on rolling. Okay, good. So what we want is the same way an inside job than what our boundaries are. So saying no. So that's belongs to us and is our right and our responsibility to say what we want. To say what we want is just a statement. And making a statement doesn't mean anything to anybody except people choose that this has a meaning. So who of you thinks sometimes when you say what you want that the other person has to do that? I've done that. And who of you responds with an action or reacting when somebody else says, I want or I don't want such and such? Yeah, I have done that. So that we are all kind of reactive little machines when somebody says what they want or what they don't want without making a request. So the only thing that has integrity is making a request when we want something. And as it's not our job to change the world, it's our job to change ourselves, and that will change the world. So when you can acknowledge that you want something because it's really healthy to want something, then you can make a request. And this way of making requests are divided in two ways. One way is asking for permission, and the other one is an agreement. And that's pretty much all there is. So I would like to do a little demo about that with you, Sonia. Are you willing to?
Yes.
Yeah. And it is just the may I question without making an answer. So I ask the question, may I? And you ask another question, may I? And we do that alternating. Yeah.
Okay.
So may I come with you to Buko today?
May I show you my breakfast this morning?
May I tell you all my plans where I want to go with somatic consent?
May I show you my handstand?
May I kiss you on your cheek?
May I go for a walk with you?
May I lean my head on your shoulder?
May I go for ice bathing?
May I jump into the ice bathing together with you?
May I would enjoy it? I'm not sure if that's right.
Thank you. Okay, so super simple, super easy, alternating the may I question, and you either follow your own impulses, that's preferable, or you see you will engage with the may I question of the other person. Okay, any question? All right, Diane.
Do I have 1 minute to make a tea?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm
God,
actually,
yeah.
what? No, come on.
That freaks me out when the technique is not doing it, and it's just like, shit. Sorry, you want to say something to me?
No, it's not. It's quite interesting because for me, it's actually I have been facing sort of the opposite. Like I rarely freak out and get nervous over stuff. And I have actually experienced that causing me not to do my best in this I am, but when I did horseback riding, actually when I did competition, not being nervous turned out not to really be a good thing. So there is something around that. Yeah.
I totally relate to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. So I'm too confident sometimes, I think.
And I have a confession to make. I just took one drop CBD oil this morning because I was just out of myself. I could not relax. I did TRE, and then now I have as well the same thing in my back, just like you probably have. So I couldn't sit anymore. I think we can get them back.
Okay.
All right, that was the may I question, and even making a request doesn't need an answer because it's really good to want. All right, want to go into the
Sorry.
next question? No worries. Sonia, are you ready to go into the second one?
Yes.
Yes. That's the will you question. And we do that the same way, alternating. Will you tell me how you go to Buko?
Will you share your plans for today with me?
Will you give me a deep tissue massage?
Will you make me a green tea with oat milk, please?
Will you tell me what your plans are for this year?
Will you show me your deep desires?
Will you go on another walk with me one day?
Will you climb the trees there with me?
All right, thank you. Okay, alternating. Will you questions?
No, what I was saying before was that I'm looking into other sorts of see if there's something that is better in with the breakout rooms than Zoom. So I'm talking to a few people around that, trying to see if there's something that would work better for this specific need.
Yeah. I mean, it's a big kind of company, Zoom. They're making billions in this pandemic thing, that they're not building something that is just really, or that they don't know that this is needed. That's just kind of a weird thing.
Yeah. But I mean, Hangouts doesn't have breakout rooms, and so I mean, I think, yeah, I don't know. But I'm gonna check other platforms to see if there is something there.
Okay, can you bring them back, please?
Yes.
All right, welcome back. Anything to share about the may I or will you question? Any comment, anything that is not clear? All that. you would like to know. Yes, Inge.
I was more in my mind with the question, will you, rather than may I?
Hmm. I noticed Buzz needed to go. He said that before, so he left. That, you know, he's not leaving for some other reason than he has an appointment. So he just left. Okay. Thank you, Inge. That just happened parallel. Anybody else?
Well, I can share that as doing these practices, I'm seeing today that like my stuff that I usually don't express, or the needy stuff, or kind of, you know, shaming stuff, that with this practice they come more alive and more, I'm more okay with them. And doing that, the kind of the charge kind of go away a little bit more, charges of hiding or feeling shame or guilt or stuff like that, or neediness.
Thank you. Anybody else? Can anybody relate to shame or guilt or feeling uncomfortable? Kind of just like, oh my God, this is a little bit of kind of freaky. Just like, why? Yeah. Okay. So we all have that. I just want to acknowledge that we all have that. Okay. Achim?
For me,
one second. Achim was first, and then it's your.
I noticed that I am sometimes making will you question that is in fact a may I. Will you let me?
Will you let me? Yeah, I would chew on that. That's a good one. Yeah. Emma.
For me, I notice that it's a process. It's not that I don't know what I want, but I won't, or I can't come out with it right away. Yeah.
I mean, this is the main practice. Is you know, there are different parts in the brain, and we reprogramming different parts by combining language with desire. It's a biohacking, actually. I'm not talking more about that here. I'm totally geek about that. So it's good to want. And I want to acknowledge that this is really difficult for some people to ask for what they want. Yeah. And we all have strategies not to ask. And we all have strategies in doing something different than asking. And that's all okay. Yeah. Some people doesn't know better. And you will see that when you do that one day, that people freak out just on asking something really vulnerable. So partly is that the more you can, this is a metacognitive moment, the more you can allow yourself to be vulnerable, the more you will welcome other people to be vulnerable. And asking for what you want is inherently vulnerable. Because when you ask for what you want, you expose your needs and your desire, and that makes you vulnerable because you can be rejected. Yeah. So here comes the thing with the may I and will you question is you have to do two things simultaneously when you ask for what you want. The first is you have to put yourself first. Yeah. The second thing is you have to respect the other person's limits or boundaries, saying no. One without the other won't work. So even when the other person says no, you can still have your desire and you can still want to ask that. When you can separate that and when you can deliver that to people, you're opening up a wonderful space that all what you want is welcome when you respect the other person's limits. Same when you're being asked. You put aside what you want and you respect your own limits. One without the other won't work either. That's the formula of the lab. So we are 20 minutes past 11. We have another 40 minutes. So let's do about, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes the lab, and then we just wrap it up. And that's, you have asked some vulnerable questions and you came in connection with some feelings. And just an hour and 20 minutes ago, when we just were ending up here, some of our heart were beating fast and we were vulnerable and nervous and insecure. But now going through just a few of exercise, it looks like I know you all for a long time, what I actually do with some of you. But all of you feel familiar to me. How does it feel for you? Yeah, familiar, unfamiliar, or kind of just like, no, just stranger in the room, I don't want to be here. Yeah, kind of ish. So this is what this is doing when you have a choice about how you ask and what you ask and saying no, then you create an environment, you create a frame, a container of safety. And what happens is in this container of safety, where people can make choices, you lift up the dynamic in an interpersonal space of love and care where respect or mutual respect is provided. So what we practice in the Consent Lab are literally the engagement zones with may I and will you to create connection. So when you just look around here now in this, we're just 12 people left, and you have heard and seen something from somebody, I would like you for a few moments just to look around here and see this people from different parts of the world. They have all different stories, they have all different intentions and lifestyles and backgrounds. And when you feel into yourself, into that question, what would you like to do with whom in this room here? Honestly, ask yourself. It doesn't have to happen, but what's the request that you would like to make to whom here right now? And when you're being asked, and you don't have to ask anyone anything, but if somebody's asking you, I invite you to feel in your body for a moment and just authentically say yes or no. And even there is a yes, it's not about doing it or an action. It's just about practicing it with each other here. And I just do a little demo first. And Achim, can I start that demo with you?
Yes.
Will you tell me what is boggling you at the moment?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. And Heather, can I ask you something?
Yes.
May I visit you in Tijuana?
Hell yes.
Okay. So the way how you do that, you ask the person first, like, can I request something to you? Yeah, and then you wait for a yes or a no. If there's a no, there's no request. Then if this person says yes, you make an authentic request. And the way how you make that request is utterly up to you. When you ask for the permission request, so the may I, you ask may I or can I, am I allowed to, is it okay if I, do I have permission, however you want to say that, the way how you say that is important. Your words count, as long you're asking for permission what you want. And the will you question is similar. Will you or could you, however you want to ask that, as long you know you make a request. Okay? So let's do that for about 5-10 minutes and practicing that together. Who would like to start? Lisa.
Heather, may I ask you something?
You may.
Heather, will you come to England and do a ceremony which I can participate in?
Absolutely, 100% yes.
Thank you.
Igor, can I ask you something?
Yes, you may.
If I get to go to Slovenia, will you take me on one of those hikes in the mountains that you always go to?
Yes, sure, no problem.
Inge, can I ask you something?
Yes, you can.
Yes. May I ask you to, may I can have a talk with you about your experience in Greece? And will you tell me what was your key thing you brought with it?
No, I won't.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Sonia, may I ask you something? May I request something?
Yes, you're welcome.
May I see you run your fingers through your hair?
Is it like this? Do I understand it right?
Yeah, like may I see you put your hair down and run your fingers through your hair?
Ah, okay. No. Thank you for the question.
Yes, Nina?
Amir, am I saying your name right? First of all, am I saying your name right, Amir?
Me, it's Emer.
Yeah. Emer. Emer, can I ask you a question, please?
Yes, sure.
Where are you now? Are you in Ireland?
Yes, yeah, I'm in Belfast, so it's the north of Ireland.
Can I come over through the wormhole and will you show me around there and tell me something about the history of the place?
Yeah, yes.
Thanks.
Hey, Akim, may I ask you a question?
Yes, Igor.
Can I spend some time with you, or maybe a few hours, and just talk about life and what is your life story and who you are, basically?
Yes, as long as I come to learn a bit about your life story as well.
Yeah, we can share. No problem.
Thank you.
Thank you.
3 more people? Or 2 more minutes? Heather?
Matt, can I ask you a question?
Absolutely.
Can we go sit on a park bench and just watch people?
Yes. And I've seen your hand, Achim, and then Inge.
Yvonne, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Are you willing to spend like half an hour with me exchanging on the work we're doing here?
I would love that.
Thank you.
Inge? And
Heather, can I ask you something?
Yes.
Will you dance with me on fucking loud music and being weird?
Yes. Yes.
Thank you.
all right. So I create a little metacognitive moment. When you are in a group with people, you have no idea who is showing up or who you are with. And the consent lab is a pretty broad concept. And if you have a lot of BDSM people who are sex positive and sexually liberated, and they think they can ask for whatever you want, you cannot control what people are asking. Yeah. And sometimes it is actually kind of getting really edgy. Sometimes it's getting a little bit over the edge. And sometimes it can be really nice and erotic. So I've been in the consent lab many times in live events and in online events. I call that the sexy side of consent, where people asking really edgy stuff. So, and then the question is, how comfortable are you with that? And how comfortable are you with authentic, real requests? And the more authentic you are with your request, you kind of, the more you invite people to be authentic with their request. So normally I play that in one-on-one sessions with people, and that gives a complete different experience. So the invitation is to be really authentic with your requests. And as Harry Feddes said, that the developer or inventor of the 3-minute game, between two consenting adults, there's always something they want to do with each other, or they can do with each other. When you can change your mind, when you can express your desire, and when you can express your limits and your boundaries. So the 3-minute game comes from the Rumi poem, "You must ask for what you really want, don't go back to sleep." So what I would like to introduce in the next 10-15 minutes is the lab in itself, where you make a request to somebody about what you would really like to do. You ask here in the room, and you ask one person, and it's a maximum time about 5 minutes. Let's make it 3 minutes because we are short on time. So you can ask for maximum 3 minutes the may I or will you question. And then when the person says yes, Diane will assign you into a breakout room and nobody else can see or hear what you do there. And the invitation is that you stick to the request that has been happened whatever the request is you're feeling comfortable with. Somebody else would like to join or to observe that, you can ask the person who made that request, and then the person who being requested, if one of them is a no, it's a no. Both are a yes, then it's a yes, and you can join that room. If you have made a request and you come back, you can't make a second request before everybody else has made their first request. And if nobody has made their first request and don't want to make one, then you can make a second request. All right. Let's go into the dynamics of the lab in itself. What would you like to do with whom with? For about 3 minutes. And I start. Yes, Yvonne, please, you start.
Heather, may I ask you a request?
Sure.
You said you're a somatic nerd, so I was hoping we could take 2 minutes to discuss some of your favorite somatic work.
Sure.
Thank you.
All right, so the person who is asking is responsible as a timekeeper, so you need to have somehow a timer. And then you come in a self-responsible way back.
I'm gonna send you to breakout room 1.
Yes, Lisa.
Sonia, can I request something from you?
Yes, sure.
Are you willing to do 1 minute listening turns with me, 1 minute each?
Yes, I would love to.
Thank you.
Okay. Erika, may I ask you a request?
Yes, you may, Igor.
Can we take 2 or 3 minutes that I share my desires or my struggles with desires?
Yes, you may, Igor.
Thank you. So it's 3 minutes?
3 minutes. Okay.
2 or 3?
2 or
Okay,
3.
yeah, 2 or 3. Thanks.
Okay, good.
Okay, you time it. Yeah?
Yes, Achim.
Imar, may I make a request to you?
Yes.
Are you willing to tell me what is difficult for you in this work for about 3 minutes?
Yes.
Thank you.
Hi. Look, I have a little bit barley as well here with a green plant, you know.
I noticed the strategically placed plant.
But I've definitely more white and a little bit green shining through than you have green and white shining through.
Oh yeah. it's like yeah, you know the Three Little Pigs story. Well, it's the first one. The wolf could blow the house down because it was made of straw, and that's kind of like my house. It's just like a, it's not very well made. And then Diana's house is made of wood, so that's a bit stronger. And Inga's is made of bricks.
Yeah.
That's what came to me. The three little pigs.
Okay, any other requests from anybody?
Yvonne, can I ask you a question, please?
Of course.
I don't know what my question is, so I'm just going. Are you in America right now? Right.
I'm actually in France.
Oh, in France, right? Okay. Would you for a couple of minutes show me out of your window? Is that possible to carry the computer over there?
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Oh, actually, I think I closed the invite. I don't know if you sent me an invite. I'm sorry.
You can go in again. You should be able to. Now I'm gonna put you into room. Oh, just a minute. What did I do here? There. Breakout room 5. You should be able to join that now. Yeah. Inge, I'm gonna move you to this not join room. It's just for my overview. Just don't accept it. There we go.
Inga, I have a question. So now my curiosity is piqued, and I want to know what happened in Greece, if you're willing to talk about it for a minute.
Diane, if I have put the button on join now? Join now?
No, don't. Just wait.
Not
Just
now.
no, until you have like requested or answered Heather.
Yes, I want to answer your request.
Okay. I'm gonna put you into breakout room 1, the two of you.
Thank you, Diane.
So
for
now you
picking
can
that.
press.
You were the middle person. The answer wanted to kind of swallow down into the unknown. It's funny. You're muted, Lisa.
Yeah, that would help. Oh. Let's invite you to join. Do not join.
Do not join. Do not join. Do not join. Do not join. We have lost Sonia in a room.
Yeah, I was with her. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe sometimes it's easy to press the leave meeting button instead of the leave room, isn't it? Maybe.
Yeah.
Igor.
Accidentally.
We've lost Igor too, yes.
Oh, he's back.
Maybe this is what I could have said as well. Please don't push the leaving button, otherwise you have to come in. Push the what's the other button's name?
Leave breakout room, I think. I'm gonna go get a hold of Sonia. I don't know where she's left, so I'm gonna leave for a second.
Can she just leave and go and get her? Apparently.
I don't know.
Magic work.
It is.
It reminds me to the Matrix movie where Neo is ending up in this tunnel station with this person who's jumping into the subway train who has created his own reality down there. Okay, any other requests that anybody want to make when Diane is back to be assigned to a room? Yes, Erica.
I would like to have a request to Emir.
Hi, Erica.
Hi. I want to ask you if you're willing to go into a room with me for 2 minutes to just talk about your desires to be in this class. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Diane, I think we have Heather is back. Okay, so I'm still in the room. All right, okay. And we have one more person for a request. So this is Erica and Emia. And you're muted, Diane.
So Erica and Emma is in room 2 now. So.
All right, okay. So last request. Anybody who would like to do one? For a minute or so.
Sonia.
Just thought about you. Welcome.
Can I ask you a question? Do we have to ask that first? Can I ask you a question? Okay, thanks. Can you show me something in your place that you really like? An object or an animal, something that your heart's connected to?
Yeah, I would love to. Mm-hmm.
Gonna put you in breakout room 3.
Thanks.
Yes. I guess you have a minute or so.
Okay.
Have you
Nothing
done
has happened? I'm still in the main room?
Yes, you should find your breakout button and press you're assigned to room number 3.
There is no breakout button. There's just
something
the
said
Zoom.
breakout room.
At the very bottom, it says join breakout room on mine.
You're on an iPad, right, Sonia?
No, it's a phone.
Okay.
But I had that in the first round. It fits, but now I can't see that anymore.
You should still have something about breakout rooms, or Sonia couldn't find the button.
No, there must be some, but there is no.
Maybe next time, Sonia.
Yeah.
Thanks for that request and thank you for the try.
I mean, you can see the picture behind.
Pretty awesome. Should I call the 2 remaining back?
Yes, please.
So I'm going to close the rooms now, and they will be called back or forced back in 30 seconds.
Oh, forcing help.
Yes, forcing. I'm closing the rooms.
Have you experienced situations where people don't request anything, where nobody asks anything?
Oh yeah, totally. People, sometimes people freezing and sitting there and they can't speak. And
Yeah.
I totally welcome them, just like, and then the integration time in itself sometimes takes for days, and then they're landing and they're just like, oh my God, I can't ask for what I want. I'm just, and normally these people never come back. They're too overwhelmed. They're too scared about. They're too deep in their thing. Yeah, what I would normally do is ask them to do the waking up the hands thing for a few weeks, or send them to one of the courses that they actually have an experience first, that they kind of learn what are the dynamics about consent and how do they feel in the body. So if there is no neurological inflow existing, the kind of feeling center, this is just an interpretation, but the feeling center chooses the body to shut down because they don't know that they have a choice about saying no, or they're too afraid of making a request. So the question here is how to provide the space that this is okay for people to freeze and shut down, and that this is totally okay, and having the experience of this shutting down.
Thank you.
So we have another 12 minutes, and I'll wrap it up a little bit faster. And I would like you to close your eyes for a few moments. And if you want to make connection with your hands, feel free to. It's not about another hands exercise. So that you can just choose to bring yourself back into your inflow. Or if you need to move your body or whatever feels right for you, or your eyes are closed or open as you like. And then I invite you to check in your experience about the last 2 hours. How do you feel right now? What's resonating? What isn't? How does it feel in your body? How is it sensing right now? Where do you feel it? It's not about changing anything, it's just noticing and welcoming. And some of the exercises and some of the experience were deeply liberating, and some of them were challenging. And stuff that didn't resonate, I invite you to put that on an etheric bookshelf and might revisit later, so that your experience belongs to you and your learnings belong to you. And while you're tuning into your own experience, I invite you to see and feel if there's anything you are grateful for. So what's your main takeaway? There might be several ones, and I invite you to pick one if you want to. You might want to keep it just for yourself and don't share anything. When you're ready, and I invite you to opening up your eyes and bring your attention back to the screen. And just by lifting your hand, if you want to share anything, just 2-3 words, not more. What's your main takeaway? And how do you feel? Yes, Emma.
I feel very grateful to you, Matt, for everything in the last year and for creating spaces like this. Yeah.
Thank you. So, sorry, Emma, I wasn't fast enough.
It's okay. I appreciate being asked questions and not presumed upon.
Thank you. Inge?
Feeling fear and scare and being aware of it is very liberating.
Sonia and then Erica.
I'm very grateful to just feel this collective feeling that we are all in the same boat together.
Thank you. Erica and then Heather.
Yes, I feel very, very grateful for putting in words and expressing, because it teaches me to express myself and to be creative, really creative. I feel that now. I feel the creativity. Yes.
I feel really grateful for this safe container and learning that asking for what I want can be fun.
Yes, Lisa, and then Igor.
I'm feeling grateful for truth and vulnerability.
I'm grateful for this place, this course, because I feel it much deeper when we have it on Saturdays. It's much more kind of brought together. So I went deeper into my non-suppressed or not or hidden parts of me, and it's really liberating. So thank you. Yeah, I'm grateful for that.
Okay.
Oh, I'm in a liquid state, phase 1, and I'm grateful for my ongoing courage.
Diane.
I'm grateful for the option to feel so good about myself. I'm a little bit shy about it also.
Probably okay to brag here. Anybody who hasn't spoken want to say something? Okay. Everybody has said something? Okay. How about you, Yvonne? Would you like to pass or would you like to speak? What's your desire?
I'm grateful that I can own my wants.
Okay, so thank you for joining today. That's the end of the Consentlab. Have a beautiful day and goodbye. No. So kind of just to round it up for you. So this is to bring it to completion and then having a few words of goodbye and saying, okay, so giving some ideas what else is around and what else is possible and when the next lab is, and thank you for joining, and thank you for your trust, thank you for your courage, so appreciation, acknowledgements. Thank you, Diane, for jumping in. Thank you to Sonia for helping with assisting and being here with us, and thank you everyone for your time and space. So what I will do with this recording is I just put that on YouTube as an unlisted video so that only you can watch them when you have the link. I will put the link into the Telegram group. And if you're not in there, please send me a message that I will arrange that you're in there. And please don't share the link with anybody else so that this stays just only with us, okay? Do I have an agreement on that? Everybody? Okay, great, thank you very much. Tomorrow at 10 o'clock, there are the foundation calls. So the foundation calls, there is not similar. Sometimes I do the lab kind of in a compressed form there, but the foundation calls are for the online course foundations of somatic consent. So each and one of you is welcome to join there. I think I sent the link around in an email. Everybody has gotten that email? Yeah, okay. So I can send it to you, Heather, again. So there are all the links and all the informations in. Please feel free to join so that you kind of get an idea about the foundation courses, and that when you go into the foundation course itself, that you can share that with others and welcome them in so that people can join that foundation call, so that this is an ongoing
invitation. So, and you are welcome in this training to participate in there and show yourself there. So we will see next Friday, same time, and then we start breaking down the consent lab. We're doing some other assignment, how to facilitate and what facilitation is. Please go into the Facebook group. I hope you all have the links. I can put that as well into the group room and go through the PDF formulas about facilitation and what facilitation is and how facilitation works, so that you kind of prepared for next time to bring questions into the space, so that we can dig and dive deeper into what facilitation is and how to hold that space and what are the key components are and how that's all built. Please feel free to watch that recording, so that this recording of this consent lab is a reference point for you. I will as well give you an overview how to structure it so that you can reread it, but that you have the experience on one hand as participating in that, and from there to create it into the dynamics of you holding a space in any kind. It can be just two people. But when you know what the frame is, you are the one who is providing the container for people, having the choice about the experience that they want to have. All right. That was it for today.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you so much.
And please
Thank you.
feel free to introduce and write something in the group on Telegram. I appreciate you for just being there.
Hey, bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye, everybody. See you next week.